Who would have thought a film that I had not even heard about a little over 2 months ago would end up being one of my favorite films of the year thus far? Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we are going to be talking about the film 10 Cloverfield Lane. This is a sequel or a spin-off or something of the original film Cloverfield from back in, I think, in 2008, and I don't remember if I even watched that film. I think I watched it and I don't remember a lot from it, honestly. So I didn't use a lot of what that film presented as a basis or as a comparison when watching this film. And they are completely two different movies. The original Cloverfield film was a found footage type of movie, and it was filmed as such. This film is filmed just the way a normal film is done, and so let's talk about it. The film opens up right away with Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character. She is leaving her fiance. We don't really know why or anything in that regards, but we see her leaving. We see her driving along the road, and she just gets knocked off the side of the road, and then we see just these opening credits start to show up on the screen. She winds up in this room chained to a pole and just with a UV sticking out of her arm. And it's within those first 10 minutes or so of the film that you realize she doesn't say a word of dialogue in these whole 10 minutes. And it's when she finally starts speaking that you realize that you're just solely going off of her reactions to things, in regards to a phone call ringing, to just her packing up things in her room, to her just reacting to the new space that she finds herself in when she wakes up after the accident. And it's just a very well done performance in these first 10 minutes by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and I really applaud her for it. Eventually she is introduced to John Goodman. He is the person keeping her there, and he basically tells her that, hey, there was an attack, the world is now basically gone, there's a contamination, either biological or nuclear, and you don't really know what, and you basically have to go off of his word. And a lot of this reminded me of Room in regards to just these people being confined to this space, and you don't really know ultimately what is keeping them there. You don't know the truth of it because you're just going off of either what you think is the truth or what someone is just telling you from an outside perspective. You don't really have anyone looking in with experience that you can trust as a narrator or as a character, and I found that to be just a really interesting thing, and it just kept me guessing for the whole entirety of the movie, because there's evidence pointing to, oh hey, yes, the air is not safe, do not go up there, and there's also reasons to get out of the room and try to escape into the atmosphere and see what happens. She also meets up with John Gallagher Jr. He is another person who is staying down there with him. He actually helped John Goodman design this escape bunker where they're all staying, and so they have a very interesting relationship that they eventually kind of form, either kind of like a brother-sister type of bond, but also just a friendship bond, and you get to learn their different backstories and kind of what drives their characters a little bit throughout this film. John Goodman's character, though, is easily the most interesting of the characters, because you never really know ultimately what his ultimate motivations are. You don't know if their suspicions of this guy are ultimately true or if they're just like plagued with falsehood, and it's a really interesting mystery, because again, it tugs you at both sides. You don't know ultimately until the end what side he is ultimately on. And the performances for this film just all around are fantastic. John Goodman gives a really, really well done performance a lot of the time. He does more comedic roles that I've seen, at least personally. So seeing him do this really dramatic role and seeing him just get outright angry and kind of scary at some points, just a really cool turn of him as an actor for me to see. A lot of people are probably going to mainly know Mary Elizabeth Winstead from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That's the main thing that she's really known for, and that a lot of people just know her from. She plays a very badass, kind of comedic, sarcastic character in that film, and she plays also a badass in this film, just a little bit more toned down and much more suspicious, and kind of keeps her mouth shut where she needs to. And I really enjoyed her performance throughout this film. She is the main star of this film, and I really want to see what she does throughout the course of her career. The only real issue that I had with this film was the fact that there's not really a sense of time. After all the main characters are introduced and some of the main plot points are just happen, there's kind of a montage of just kind of time passing, and never really get a sense of how long really passes. Is it a month? Is it a couple weeks? Is it a couple months itself? You don't really know, and so it's kind of hard to tell when the end comes, kind of how much time has actually passed since she's ended up in this bunker. And with that said, the ending to this film was probably my favorite part of the film. Just both, I can't spoil it because it would be such a big spoiler, but the two different parts of the ending, which is split into basically, and just, oh my god, it basically sets up a franchise. I think I really want to see more of this film and this world envelop. I want to see Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character. I want to see her be this badass lead heroine fighting against whatever it is that is trying to take over the world, and I would love to see that because I think this film sets it up brilliantly, and I just really walked away from this film really happy. I really tend to enjoy these kind of more closed films where it's just like a couple characters in a closed off environment, and you just have to see their interactions with each other, and there's possibly a mystery that envelops and kind of a, hey, are you good or are you not good type of situation which plays out. I like seeing that stuff, and this is how this movie goes, and I just found myself just completely interested in it the whole time. Pacing was fantastic. I was never bored throughout this whole film, and yeah, I highly recommend seeing this film this weekend if you have the opportunity. It is fantastic. I can't really say if it's a proper sequel to the original Cloverfield, but it is very well done regardless, so definitely check it out. You guys, this is my thoughts on 10 Cloverfield Lane. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like the film as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again if you choose. I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my good people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.